This is the Truth Network.
Welcome, fellow adventurers, to the Masculine Journey Joyride Podcast. This is a brand new show from the guys you know, talking, of course, about the band of brothers. My name is Keith, and I'm the producer of Masculine Journey and Masculine Journey After Hours. In this podcast, you will hear funny stories, exchanges, and thought-provoking moments that will amuse you, make you smile, and draw you closer to Jesus Christ in your journey of life. In this episode, the band of brothers were discussing the power that words have, how a kind word can brighten your day, while an unkind word can have the opposite effect. Robby tells a story about a simple class project that stayed with the students long after they were done with the class.
Robby, I wanted to go to you because I got to get the story and I'm dying to hear it. I was going to ask Jim something, but I want to go to you because I got to hear it. You've been talking about it.
All right. So I used to teach high school Sunday school class, or what do you want to call it, Bible fellowship. And these kids were seniors in high school, and somehow or another, God just gave me this idea that I was going to do something called the Mutual Admiration Society. And for whatever reason, I took these paper plates and I put red ribbon on them, and I was carrying them in the car. My kids saw that at the time. They were like, 11 or 12, and they're like, Dad, there's no way high school seniors are going to put that around their neck. But the setup was this, that I took my paper plates with the red ribbons on them into the class, and I said, I want you to all to put these, and so it hangs on your back, and I'm going to give everybody a pen, and I want you to write on the back of that person what you admire most or how you see God in that person. What do they do that makes you realize that God's in them? And so they all just grabbed the pens and wrote like crazy and went all around the room and just had the best time, actually, for the entire hour. And these paper plates were just absolutely full. And it was cool and it was wonderful, but I had no idea the impact that it had, because several years later we had a reunion of that class. And we're all, saying, well, you remember when you were in Sunday school? And they were all like, well, what was your most favorite class of all the classes that we talked about God and blah, blah, blah. And some kid says, well, that was the paper plate class. I still have my paper plate. And the girl, I still have my paper plate. And I still have my, and all these kids see words of affirmation. They'd held onto those plates for years based on, that's how little we get that stuff.
Absolutely. And it's really cool that God knows how much we need it. And even when we are at a place where we really can't hear him, he'll send people into our life to remind us. They'll come in, they'll have a kind word, they'll say something to us that really just speaks to our heart. Now, the thing is, we need to learn to hold on to it. I know, at least for me personally, I'm a lot better at holding on to the bad stuff than I am holding on to the good stuff.
That's why you put it on a paper plate. That way you can serve it up.
You know what? I think I'm going to start wearing a paper plate, Robby.
So from the guys of Masculine Journey, I'm Keith, and we'll see you down the road.
This is the Truth Network.